Hey y'all, so today I'll be showing how you can make this ice cream themed snow globe. So I am starting with a 12-ounce snow globe from Sweary Kim. I was kind of debating on the snow globe or the stainless steel one, but I ended up going with the snow globe. I also noticed that the lids fit too on either or. And then it also comes with 2 plugs, which come in handy. The vinyl that I'm using is from Mayra Makes It, and then I'm going to use these 2 solutions from Adhesive Apothecary. Salted caramel, which is a motionless magic solution, and then a regular snow globe solution, and this one is suspended, but I mixed them together so that I would have more, and then also so that it was like a little more see-through. After I had it mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and fill my entire tumbler up and then plug it. But before we go any further, make sure that you like and subscribe, more to come. So after I have the tumbler filled up, I'm going to start with the vinyl. So these 2 are from Mayra Makes It, and I have a link below. The decal sheet isn't available anymore, but the vinyl sheet is, and I'm just going to use that one because I like this one better. I think the good thing about this is that you can go back and use this multiple times for different cups. So since I'm just using a regular smaller snow globe, I'm going to cut a strip just to put on the bottom of the snow globe. I am using my Krafty Kell hand turner, which is on a wheel. It helps me apply vinyl easier. So I just fold back a piece a little bit just so that I can get it lined up, and then I go ahead and put the rest on. I'm smoothing it down, and then it's also rotating on the hand turner. I'll say this every single time, but I do think that everybody needs a hand turner. After I have it laid down, I'm going to go ahead and cut off what's extra, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply this UV-DTF decal. Make sure that you got everything smoothed down and centered correctly, however you want it, and then you can go ahead and peel the transfer sheet up, but also take your time while you're peeling it up too, because you don't want to rip anything or accidentally have anything come off. But yeah, my whole vision for this was to make it like ice cream themed too. So after I have that done, I'm going to go back in with some more vinyl. So again, I'm going to use the circle cutting tool so that I can apply some vinyl to the bottom of the cup too, so that that part's not bare, and then we're also covering up the plug. I'm also cutting a bunch of black vinyl strips so that I can make like an ice cream theme kind of template. I would say diamonds, but really it's like crisscross basically. So you want to go diagonally one way across the entire tumbler until you get to the front where the decal is, and then you want to go ahead and go the opposite way, and it kind of is like diamonds though when you start connecting everything. But you would basically just make X's across each one, if that makes sense, like connecting it. Make sure that it connects so that it can make that diamond shape, and you want to go all the way around the rest of the tumbler like that. Also, if I had any strips left, I just saved it because I used it for the outline of the top of the vinyl also, so that's how it turned out. Then I'm going to sew everything in with this celestial luster from Adhesive Apothecary. If you look closely, there's shimmer in it, and you'll absolutely see it on the tumbler once I'm done. But yeah, this seals everything, so you can use it to seal your glitter, you can use it to seal your vinyl in, so that's why I'm applying it so that my vinyl doesn't lift when I go to epoxy everything. And yeah, it definitely has shimmer in it if you look closely. All of our celestial lusters do, so definitely check that out. I have a link below also with my discount code to save. If I could say any part was my favorite, this would be my favorite part, adding the shimmer. So now we're going to start on the lid. You do want to remove the silicone straw part just so that it doesn't get in the way, but also we're not going to use it anymore because I want to talk about a different way to make whipped cream toppers. So I am using this lid assistant from Kell Custom, and then today we're going to be using Decoden for your whipped cream topper. I'm going to combine all 3 of these colors into a bigger piping bag. This is the piping bag that I always like to use. It's like Wilton brand or something, but I really love the spout part of it, tip, just because it makes the shape that I want. So yeah, after you have all that combined, you can go ahead and start making your whipped cream topper. What I would say is that you want to make sure that you watch out for the hole. So you will not be able to clean it out. You cannot do that with Decoden the same way that you can do that with spackle. It's going to make a mess, so you have to work around the entire straw hole, which is what I'm doing. Also, Decoden is made of silicone, so you don't have to seal it, and it is waterproof after it completely dries. So that's another way you can make whipped cream toppers. I like using spackle, but Decoden is also another option, and I have that link below also. So while you let that dry, we're going to go back to the cup. I'm going to make rainbow drips to match like the ice cream decal. So I'm using a bunch of colors. The majority are from Adhesive Apothecary, but I have like my pink and yellow that are just acrylic paint. I'm going to be using 5 different cups for each color because I don't want to actually mix my colors together. I want to make my drips separate, and you'll see it here what I'm talking about. So I'm pouring epoxy into each cup, and then I'm going to add some flour so that my drips are thicker like I always do. My rule would be to add as much flour as epoxy just so that it's actually thicker so that it doesn't run everywhere. And then once you have like all your flour or cornstarch mixed into your epoxy, you can start adding your paint. I did end up making more pink and purple because that was what my topper was really made of more than the other colors, but I did add more of the other colors also. So yeah, you just want to get all of your paints and epoxy mixed up so that you can get ready to do this rainbow drip. I would also say too, for drips, another tip would be to get your texture to be almost like taffy. And I know I say that a lot, but that's like literally how it'll be. Like, it'll be hard to mix a little bit. That's how you know you got it, but you'll also still be able to pick it up and you can like roll it around your popsicle stick. So that's how you know that you have it the right consistency. Sometimes it may not seem like it, but that's literally what I always do. And you gotta let it settle a little bit so that you can still be able to work with it. But after I have everything mixed up, I'm gonna start with the rainbow drip. So I started with pink first. Like I said, I wanted to do more pink and purple than the other colors, so that's why I made a little bit more of those, just because my topper was just pink and purple and white. So if I could have added more colors, I definitely would have. I definitely could have mixed more in together, but I just wanted to keep this tutorial kind of simple and kind of really lean into the rainbow drip a lot more than the Decoden. You can find different color Decodens or Decoden anywhere, so you can definitely mix your own colors. So yeah, for the drips, I'm just adding each color. At some point they will probably mix, especially when you're adding one color next to the other one. It's definitely going to happen, but that's just part of it being like a rainbow drip. So definitely not something to really worry about. It's just part of the process. I feel like it helps it become more like a rainbow drip anyways. And then yeah, that's all I did. You do want to let that drip and like gravity take over, let it cure, and then go back over and epoxy it. I epoxied it 2 more times, but like I said, you don't have to epoxy the topper because the coating is mainly made of silicone, which is waterproof. But that's how the entire thing turned out. I really love the shimmer on this and how colorful it is. I feel like it's really giving summer. But I hope everyone loved this tutorial, and thank you for watching.